more I think about last night's loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, the madder I get. The more I watch the film, the more I look at the advanced analytics, the more I do anything but try to forget this game, the more upset that I feel. And if you're still upset, oh, you need to shield your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to give you a couple numbers. We're going to have a few discussions about things that makes last night's loss 100 times worse. Another thing that makes last night's loss so much worse is that the Bengals breakdown passed us for our November sub battle across the entire AFC North. In fact, we are in last place. The Ravens rundown. Bound Browns report, Steelers talk, Bengals breakdown. The good news is, though, we're only like 62 subs away from taking the lead, so we got to do that today. That's my challenge to the flock. If y'all have not yet, subscribe to the channel. Help us get to the top of the AFC North sub battle. And at the least, I need to be out of last place. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Derrick Henry stats. This is where we're going to start. The first drive, 3 carries, 32 yards. That averages to about 10 yards a carry. You're welcome. And a touchdown. Obviously, that big 25-yard touchdown run that was electric and past Jim Brown to put him 11th all-time in rushing yards in the National Football League. And then the rest of the first half, 2 carries, 0 yards. That averages out to about 0 yards per carry. But it's not the yards or the yards per carry that's so frustrating. It's the carries in general. You were balanced. That drive worked. You found the end zone. Derrick Henry looked phenomenal. And he got 2 carries the rest of the half. And I get it. You had a quick turnover the next time you touched the football. I understand that. But still, man, you had a couple more drives after that fumble, and you did not feed him once. In fact, he wasn't even really on the field. Did you know that Rasheen Ali out-snapped Derrick Henry last night against Cincinnati? Rasheen Ali out-snapped Derrick Henry. I just need to say it again, but a little bit louder in case you missed it the first time. That should never happen. Never. The only time that should happen is if the Baltimore Ravens are beating somebody 100-0, and then you're like, you know what, we'll throw Rasheen Ali out there. Rasheen Ali should never, ever, ever out-snap Derrick Henry. Fourth quarter, you get the ball down 12, Derrick Henry doesn't touch it. Fourth quarter, you get the ball down 15, Derrick Henry doesn't touch it. He did not have a single touch the entirety of that fourth quarter. It is inexcusable. It is inexplainable. And frankly, it is unforgivable. And I talked about it last night. I'm going to talk about it probably one more time throughout the weekend. I have never been on the fire Todd Monken train, and I don't think I'm necessarily on it after last night, but I do believe there is a conversation that has to be had because there is no way you believe this offense operates better with Derrick Henry on the bench. I don't care what you have to say about pass protection. I don't care what you have to say as a pass-catching threat at running back. I saw Derrick Henry last night take an 8-yard check down, 45 yards, and put this team in a field goal range. So frankly, I don't care any pushback you have. I'm not going to listen because it doesn't make sense. Like it finally felt like this offense was balanced. You had balance. Something you hadn't had for your last 2 ball games. Did you know that that was the first time that Baltimore scored on an opening drive since the game against Kansas City? Since the Chiefs game, and when was that? Week 4. They went week 5, 6, 7 was a bye, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 straight weeks, 7 straight weeks of not scoring on the opening drive of a game. And then they finally do it. They do it in a balanced way. And then they abandon the run game. They abandon Derrick Henry. They abandon Derrick Henry on the side. 2 carries the rest of the first half. And that first half was close, right? That first half, before that late turnover from Lamar Jackson, for them to get a field goal, that thing was like 7-9. It was 7-3 and 7-6. You were leading, and you did not give the ball to Derrick. Show Derrick Henry. We'll never forget about him. Okay? I think he needs to know that from the flock. I think he needs to know that from all the Ravens fans, because right now, frankly, he probably feels very forgotten. Okay? Show him. You will never forget about him. Spam those 22s down below. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It does not stop there. Okay? That makes it like 60 times worse. Now we're going to get it to 100 times worse, because that, frankly, is not good enough. The offense was just horrendous for the first 30 minutes in this football game, and frankly, the first 60 minutes of this football game. But I want to focus on the first 30. We're going to look at success rates against Cincinnati's defense by former opponents before that ball game in the first half. Jacksonville 49, Minnesota, Denver both 50, Detroit, Green Bay 52, 58. Then you go 49-60, 55-45, and 47. Those are success rates against Cincinnati. What were the Ravens in the first half? 33%. 33%. It felt like the 2 weeks prior to this, the Browns game and the Jets game were outliers offensively. But then after last night, frankly, it makes me feel like anytime this team was able to put out points, that was an outlier. Because that offense I watched was horrific. In fact, they back up a touchdown drive with 6 straight drives that looked like this. Fumble, punt, fumble, punt, fumble. End of half, 1 play, kneel it, and then 3 and out to start the second half. Inexcusable, inexplainable, unforgivable. Those are the 3 words I keep coming back to. Lamar Jackson commits 3 turnovers for the first time in 4 years. This Ravens offense, 5 turnovers at home, the most home turnovers in a game in 18 years. I was 7 years old the last time the Baltimore Ravens turned the football over that many times at home. Lamar Jackson said in the post-game press conference, this is coming from Bo Smoka, he downplayed any injury concerns with his inconsistent passing, said he's making the throws in practice, but has just missed them in the game. He has to find some consistency. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't. Because it's a good thing that he's not that injured, or at least that he says he's not that injured. But if he's not that injured, then it's a very bad thing that he's missing that many throws that consistently. The only hope that I've got for the rest of this season and for him is the mini bye week before week 14. You get the next 3 days off, and then you get 7 on top of that. Okay? You don't have to play a game for 10 more days. I think that's a good thing for this team. I think that's a good thing for Lamar Jackson, because you got a big game coming up next. Who you got in that game? Ravens or Pittsburgh? You let me know down below by giving me a BAL or a PIT. You give me your answer down below in the comment section. I got an answer for you. If the question is, how do I have even more fun while watching football? The answer to that is PrizePicks. It is the holiday season, which is the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gift to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. That's PrizePicks. Coming into this season, my wife couldn't even name 4 pro teams. Then we started playing on PrizePicks, and now every Saturday night, we're breaking down who she's picking for her lineup. It's the most exciting way to watch football. PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. I'm very excited because after the current recording of this video, I will be on a plane. By the time you're watching this, I will be in Knoxville, Tennessee, to watch my alma mater take on Vanderbilt this weekend. Give me the more on Joey Aguilar, 45.5 yards, longest completion. More, Braylon Staley, 1.5 receiving touchdowns. Hot take right there. And give me the more on Diego Pavia, 18.5 yards, longest rush. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Man, all that talk really frustrated me, made my mouth dry. That's how upset this team is making me. I got 5 changes I need to see before Pittsburgh, okay? Number 1, please stop sitting Derrick Henry, okay? I believe that was the biggest mistake that was made yesterday, was how much time Derrick Henry spent on the bench. Please stop sitting him. I get it. We want to get Keaton Mitchell involved. Keaton Mitchell is lightning in a bottle. But I want Keaton Mitchell in a little bit smaller doses, and I want way less Rasheen Ali. This offense is better with 22 on the field. I would love to try Emory Jones at right guard, okay? I love that they're getting him in that game. 16 snaps for the rookie. He was in at left guard, though, for Andrew Voorhees. I frankly feel like Daniel Falele is worse than Andrew Voorhees, so I would like Emory Jones a little bit more at right guard. I would like to see them against Pittsburgh start the game off with a little bit of shorter throws to try to get Lamar Jackson in a rhythm quickly, okay? If I remember correctly, that first drive, a lot of throws being pushed, 6, 7, 10-plus yards down the field. Get him hot, get him feeling good, get him feeling consistent, like the way they did to Joe Burrow. I get it. Joe Burrow is his first game played since week 2, but Lamar Jackson has played very bad football over the last 3 weeks. So get him going early and get him some short throws. I would like to see possibly Chidobe be a go-to guy over Marlon Humphrey. I get it. Marlo plays a little bit more slot, but like yesterday, after the Nate Wiggins injury, you saw them both on the outside. I think Chidobe has been a better quarterback this year than Marlon Humphrey. And number 5, ball security. This is going to be the most important thing. And now you're facing a team in the Pittsburgh Steelers who pride themselves on being able to force quarterback fumbles. This is going to be massive going up against Pittsburgh. That's going to do it for today's show. Follow me on social, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and guess what? We got a video out tomorrow for you. We'll have one out Sunday for you, and then, of course, we got you covered all next week right here on the Ravens Run.